Good evening. I always say I never write anything for these things because the material is always here, and it's always enlightening to hear community members, because when we formed this advocacy around the issues that we were aware of course, as someone said before, we realized very soon that that was just the tip of the iceberg. And it was our hope and our impression that that's what the board was there for, as a governing body, as someone who holds the superintendent accountable. However, our board chose to be silent. They chose to immediately side with the superintendent. And it is really not clear whether the board is refusing to acknowledge that anything is wrong or doesn't know how to deal with it. But neither one of those is a particularly good look. It's also very telling, when we see the growing number of people in our advocacy, that only one board member suggested additional avenues for community members to communicate with the board, and that was vehemently shut down when the discussion around Zoom happened a few months ago in this forum. And that's also very telling. I think we're hearing a lot of themes about parents being disconnected, feeling disconnected from the board, parents feeling that the board is too close to the superintendent. And I will tell you that I think we're coming off of a very interesting week where a governor contendant lost an election he probably should have won, in no small part due to quotes like, parents shouldn't tell districts how to teach. And you're coming across as incredibly detached, elitist, and people who are just stuck and don't know what to do and just want this problem to go away, but it can't. We didn't create the problem. The problem existed. And when you have wrongdoing and someone shines a light on it, it's up to you to actually do something about it, because frankly, the source of wealth for this community is its schools. And to the extent that we now have adjacent communities and people, potentially around the county and maybe even farther, not moving to this community because of events that occurred here, it says directly in our wallets. And that is on you folks. This job has changed. It's not enough to have a little gray hairs to be on a board. You have to actually want to bring change, roll up your sleeves, get uncomfortable, get dirty, get in there, ask the uncomfortable questions, and get things done. It's not the same. It's not about just adding it to your LinkedIn profile anymore. This is real hard work. I said that to you the first time I came here. And no, we are not satisfied with what has been done thus far, because as was stated before, we were hopeful, we were heading for a dialogue with the superintendent. He said he will speak to us, then he said he's not sure, then he said he will, and then finally he said that he just doesn't feel safe speaking to us because we come here and we present and shine light on a lot of these things that he's uncomfortable about. I don't know, should a superintendent on whose watch a lot of bad things happen have the comfort to step away from uncomfortable discussions? I'll let you be the judge of that. But to the point of being transparent with your community and not being elitist and actually doing something and engaging in productive dialogue, as was said before, we hope you join us on December 5th at the Presbyterian Church in Katonah. Thank you.